Hello everyone, I'm Nick from nextstepnick.com and today we're going to play a little bit of Galaxy Warfighter. So, I was sent a code for this game, thank you very much for that. Going to give it a go, see how we get on. I really like this sprite animation here, I really like the guy smoking here at the front especially. Now, let's see how this goes. I've heard that it's a bullet hell style shooter where you're playing as a spaceship, so classic kind of stuff. I remember playing this kind of stuff inside cafes and stuff when I was a kid. Whoa! Okay, so it's always shooting, I'm just moving. Oh, the animation is nice. Immediately, I quite like the way this looks. Very swish. There is a lot going on. You know, I should probably put a warning at the start of this now, in case you have any form of epilepsy, because if you have, I've probably lost you, to be honest. So, no, it's nice, I like it. I like the feedback feels pretty good so far. I'm curious to see how it grows, if you know what I mean, with stuff like this. I'm always interested to see... Oh, here we go, here's a power. Oh no, that was pretty cool, pretty swish. The amount of coins these guys are carrying. Crazy. Future's full of money, future's full of money. But no, this is quite nice. It's a nice change of pace. I've been playing quite a lot of stuff recently. Played a lot of Fort Triumph, which is really good. I've got a video coming out on that soon, if it's not out already. Really good game, really had a blast with that. Been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. Really good, but there are moments I'm not sure about. I kind of want to talk about spoilers, but I don't know if I'm going to do a full review on it yet, to be honest. Oh, cool. What have we here? Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, bring it on, bring it on. But no, I want to talk about some stuff that's technically speaking like spoilers. That was quick. Spoilers for the game a bit, but I mean, it's Final Fantasy, so it's kind of been a long time. You kind of know what's probably going to happen here. I won't spoil anything in regard to stuff they've changed. I feel like there are certain things that I like what they've done. I really like what they've done in certain elements. I think that you become far more attached to Avalanche and stuff like that through different little side missions that now exist, which are great. But at the same time, I feel like there are certain moments that kind of detract from the impact of the original. But for the most part, really liked it. There is one specific scene to do with the Honeybee Inn, and it's probably one of my favourite things of all time now. So that's good. But other than that, just been playing a lot of bit of Resident Evil, to be honest. Nemesis, it was, yeah, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't that keen on what they did with the remake. You know, it was faithful to an extent to the original, and I don't mind if you change things. I think that's totally fine. I'm always open to change, but at the same time, I felt like Nemesis was less scary and more annoying, so that was a problem. But other than that, recently, it's just been all sorts of just bits and pieces, really. Lots of indie games from people recently, so thank you very much for that. Some really good stuff as well. There's been a lot of things recently that I've been really impressed with. So that's been good. There's been a few not so great bits as well. If you haven't seen my video for The Crew, then feel free to check that out. That's one of the not so great ones, to be honest. The Crew 167, I think, or 197. But apart from that, most of the things this month have been really positive. I mean, apart from what's going on in the world, it's been pretty positive. I work from home anyway, so it's not too much of a problem for me at the moment. I'm very lucky in that regard, but a lot of thanks going out to all the people that are making that possible, especially all the people working in the shops and people working for the NHS in the UK, but also for the medical service in general. Lots of thanks going out for that. And definitely lots of thanks for all the people who are keeping things going infrastructure-wise, or for the people working in shops and delivery drivers. Definitely, really doing an amazing service. I don't think you get enough credit, so thank you for that. Apart from that, though, I've just been playing games and working, to be honest. I'm troubleshooting a load of servers for people at work and doing quite a lot of writing, but nothing too exciting, to be honest. Nothing too exciting. Making a difference in my own way, I suppose. But apart from that, just making content. But yeah, had a real blast with Final Fantasy so far. I started playing Control. I don't know if anyone else has played Control. Really enjoyed that game. It kind of flew under the radar a little bit for me when it first came out, from Remedy, the guys who originally made, obviously, the Max Payne games. You'll recognise a voice of Max Payne in it as well, but it's good. It's all right. There are moments where I wish they'd thought a little bit more in regard to the actual design of things like bosses. But it's a good game. It's got some real good potential there. And the other one that I never got a chance to play that I'm playing now is the Star Wars game. I want to say the last Fallen Order. That's it. Fallen Order. Sorry. There are so many things with the prefix Star Wars now. It gets so confusing. I was going to say The Last Jedi, but that was the not very good film, wasn't it? Been watching The Mandalorian as well, which, to be honest, I like it, but I feel a bit underwhelmed, but maybe that's because of the hype. I was just expecting something different. It's very Drive-esque, isn't it, in regard to the fact that people don't speak very much. There's not a lot of talking, and there's a lot of darkness. That's probably my biggest frustration with the series. I don't know why now TV shows and films, to be edgy, have to be in pitch black darkness. I can't see what's going on. You know, I mean, yeah, it's a great tactic to attack at night, but it's not very cinematic, is it? You know, I doubt that if you looked at a war, it would be that cinematic most of the time. But it just doesn't, I don't know, it just kind of detracts from it a little bit because I can't see what's going on. Have I been hit yet? I don't think I've been hit yet. But then that is because I'm a pro MLG kind of gamer with a future in competitive esports, I would imagine, is probably why that is. But I mean, who knows? I say that as I get hit immediately. Oh no, this isn't good. Am I meant to be shooting these things? There's not a lot of audio feedback here, so I can't tell if I'm shooting the right things or what. Oh, yep, that exploded. Not got any special attacks or anything either, so it's very much a case of just pointing and hoping for the best, really. But it's a nice game. I like what it is so far. How the heck am I supposed to get shots in when? Oh, okay. I don't know how I'm meant to get a shot in when this is going on, but let's give it a go. There we go. That's a bit better. I thought that was just going to go on consistently, to be honest. Uh-oh. Aha! So we need to hit these bits. Now it makes sense. I was aiming for the little tiny nodule things rather than the big boss. Oh, and now I'm dead. Never mind, let's go again. But yeah, there's been a lot of good games out recently and lots of older stuff I've been revisiting. I really like Control, really like that Star Wars game for the most part. Fallen Order's really good. I don't know, I think, to be honest, Fallen Order has very, very good story pacing. Like, that's kind of what you want to see from the main Star Wars films, really, is the story pacing in that game. Really good. Especially the setup. The setup I thought was great. The initial setup of the game, where you start off on the mining sort of area, where you're mining through the old ships. Really cool. Really cool. Love what they did there. It's very much like this, you know, straight into the action. What does this do? Oh, wow, okay. I'd like... That's what I was literally about to say. I'd like more shooting-related power-ups as well as just the explosions. The background doesn't seem to change much either. We're just sort of flying through space. And I can get behind that, but it'd be cool to sort of fly through cities and stuff like that as well. Maybe like a futuristic city or above that. That used to be one of my favourite things back in the arcades. You know, you used to get these machines in like cafes and things, in little pubs and stuff. And there would be those games a bit like this, where you would fly over cities, and there was one called like Space Hawk or Star Hawk or something. Really, really cool. But it was such a good game. Did really good things, because you just fly across cities and every now and then turrets would fire at you and things like that. Really, really cool. Don't know why, but I think I just like the colours. I'm very into colourful stuff like this. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. This is like multiple phases, I see. Getting complex now, huh? Nope, no. Don't want to do that. Don't want to risk it. I feel like it's very punishing, though, when you think if I'm dead, that's it, you know? Really punishing. I think it would be good if there were some kind of power-ups that would drop by the boss, or maybe if you could store up stuff from the rest of the level. That would be kind of cool. Oh. You know, like some kind of specialist laser or some kind of specialist missile you could fire during the boss stages. Normally you have like a super move, but it doesn't look like you have one, and these coins don't seem to do anything, which is a shame. It would be cool if you could buy maybe upgrades for your weapons so you got more powerful as the levels went on, because that was kind of what I used to like about it, was that these games would get really hellish, but you would get stronger too, so you'd have massive loads of missiles and loads of power-ups and stuff. I thought that was kind of the fun point, but it doesn't look like these coins do anything, and they're all kind of the same. There's no specialist coins or anything. It's a cool little game, but I just think it needs a bit of a bit of polish, you know. Like the background here is different, but it's just looks like a static JPEG that we're kind of moving past it very slowly, aren't we? But there's not anything to look at, so that's a bit of a pain. I'd like there to be like a spacebar attack, you know, where you fire off like a big missile, or maybe just a screen clear kind of attack, or a beam or something, just to really batter down an enemy's shield, like that boss's shield, just to get through. That'd be kind of cool. Also, I'm just moving the mouse here, so it doesn't feel particularly great. I like the explosions a lot. I think the explosions are very, very cool. But I'd like to see more of that, if you know what I mean. No, I don't know what the things are that are flying out of there. The boomerang things. Right now, for example, I'm definitely going to die because I can't. There's no way to get health back, and there's so much going on. So that's a shame. Sometimes I feel like you dodge things where I don't feel like you should, and other times I feel like they hit you anyway. It's kind of unforgiving, isn't it? Now we're above a city on the planet. Now, it looks cool down there. It looks cool down there. It's just I'm not down there. I'm up here, which is fine. But I'd like to, you know, fly across the city and see stuff exploding and blowing up buildings and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. They used to do it in the older games where you'd blow up a building, like there would be like SAM sites kind of put on top of JPEGs. So it made you feel like the world was kind of fighting back and you were against like a hostile force. When in reality it was a JPEG with a turret stuck on it. But still, it was cool. And I do like this. But maybe in the background, maybe some explosions, or just in the distance, you know, like a dogfight going on or something like that. Just so there's more to look at. As silly as it sounds at the moment, don't get me wrong, there's a lot going on, but I'm not really focusing on these coins like at all. Obviously, they're not really paying. There's not really much point. Yeah, precisely. That achievement kind of summarises it, doesn't it? I didn't even notice. I don't know what these do. I'm just picking them up as I go. It's cool though. I like the feel. Again, likewise with the music. Maybe if each stage had different music. I hadn't really noticed the music until this point, but it seems like a very short loop. So at these here, I'm shooting these turrets for quite a long time and nothing seems to be happening. There's not really any audio-visual feedback going on. So I can't tell if I'm doing any damage here, or one did explode before, so maybe I am, but I don't actually know. And likewise here, for example, I don't really know at what point these are hitting me and what point they aren't, so it's a bit difficult to figure out when I can dodge, if you know what I mean. I mean now, yeah. You know, there's not a great deal going on, is there? I mean, yeah. Okay. Likewise, these. Okay. Let's just calm it down a little bit, guys. Let's just calm it down a little bit. Let's just stop with the black orb attacks, please. They're too fast. No. Yep. No. Oh, good. Now they're. Oh. Did we win? Did we win? Hey! That was good, wasn't it? That was quite tense. Cool. Let's go. Yeah, that music's the same, isn't it? Enemies kind of the same. I mean, they're taking a few more shots, these ones, but yeah, they're the traditional ones behind them. They're not really moving other than straight forward as well. It would be kind of cool to see them maybe take different patterns, maybe move up and down, maybe... I mean, you never know, maybe that's going to happen in a minute, but you never know with these kind of games what you're about to see, do you? So you don't want to say, oh, I want to see this, and then it appears, but it's kind of cool, I like it. I think the music needs a bit of fine-tuning. It's a cool game from like an indie studio, I am enjoying it. I'm kind of getting mindlessly into it whilst talking to you all. If anyone is still here listening to this at this point, then good for you. Thank you. But I doubt it, other than, you know, hello mum. But it's alright. There's been a lot of good stuff out recently, so I'm in a pretty good mood. I've played a few difficult things, but for the most part I've been pleasantly surprised. It's been a very good month, I think, for indie developers especially. AAA wise, don't get me wrong, I know we were meant to see Cyberpunk at this time, and we haven't seen that. That's going back obviously till September, but we've seen some really good stuff. I mean, I think they did a fantastic job with Final Fantasy. I think it's a great... Oh, let's try again. I think it's a great release, the new release of Final Fantasy. I think they've done some brilliant things. Don't get me wrong, like I say, there are a few things I'd like to see maybe done differently, but then you're never going to be perfectly happy with every release, are you? There's always going to be stuff you'd like to see differently. Especially if you're kind of looking at stuff with nostalgia glasses on, you're going to say, oh yeah, this was perfect back in the day. When in reality, there were still things that annoyed you about games back in the day as well. It's the same with the Resident Evil games. I know they're remaking 4, and 4 is, well, supposedly they're remaking 4. And 4 is one of my favourite games. But, you know, I won't say it's perfect. I think it does some amazing things very, very well, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I will go back to it, and to be honest, I don't think it really needs a remake. But at the same time, if you ask me if I thought it was the perfect example of game, well, you know, yeah, it's really good. Perfect is a very strong word, and if there were things I could change, then maybe I would. I'm very wary about products like that, because people do tend to have sort of emotional attachments to them. And I know some people see that as silly, but it's a case of what you grew up with, isn't it? It's if you grew up with a certain game and it denotes a certain feeling to you, then that's fine. Okay, that's annoying. Let's try again. It's just a case of some things sort of strike a chord with people more than others, I suppose, is the best way to put it, but you never know, do you? I like a lot about it, though. I mean, I'm tempted to talk about a specific point, but I think I'll save it. I do want to go into a really in-depth Final Fantasy sort of look-in. I haven't completely finished the remake yet. I'm literally on... It kind of gives you a warning before you do the last thing on the disc. And I'm at that point, basically. I'm at that point where the game is saying, look, you cannot go any further unless you want to finish. And you can go back. There is like a level select kind of thing going on, which I like. I like the ability to do that. But at the same time, you know, I'm kind of hungry for more. I'd like to have seen more from the episodes, you know, the first episode, because it's now going to be like an episodic kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot on there. There is a lot to do. It's not short. I think I've spent like 30 hours or something playing. I just, you know, it's always going to feel short compared to the original, and that's, again, one of those problems where it's very difficult to stand up against something that people adore as much as they do with Final Fantasy VII. Okay, let's just keep going absolutely mental with our movement here. Wow, he can take a beating and does not stop shooting. But we win anyway because we're the best. Hooray! Okay, let's do this. And we're back here again. Space is very small, isn't it? Just the same number of planets. We won't do much more with this. We'll probably beat this boss and then I will call it a day, because you might have noticed that this is a bit repetitive. But yeah, it's always going to be difficult with a game that everyone loves. Okay. Yeah, what do these coins do? Maybe they're just for points or score or whatever, but there doesn't seem to be a high score number or anything, so I'm not really aiming for anything, am I? So the power-ups are a bit duff as well. I'd like to see some really strong power-ups, like I say, but there doesn't seem to be any. Just seem to be kind of the occasional little explosion of toot, and that's about it. So yeah, alright. Let's keep going. Who's this boss going to be? I feel like that boss with the missiles was one we'd already seen, but then again, I'm kind of... Because of the type of game this is, I'm not really looking very closely at the design aspect when it comes to the enemies, because they're only on the screen for a couple of seconds, if I do alright. But we'll see. Maybe this boss will be different, like completely different. No, he's literally the same, huh? He's literally the same. Now, I understand this is in, like, the equivalent of an early stage, but, yeah, I've kind of had enough of this. Let's have a look on the main screen and see if there's anything else we can look at there. I know this, like I say, I was sent a code for this game, so thank you very much for that. I will check, because I think this game is in a very early stage. It's not exactly at the point where, I think it may be early access. I will check, and I'll put that in the description. So if you are curious, that'll be in there. I won't check whilst I'm playing because I don't think I can. But let's go to the menu a minute. Level progress will be lost. Yeah, okay. Upgrades. Oh, here we go. Right, upgrades. That's what these coins are for. Hooray! Drones. Shockwave. Stop time. Well, let's go with drones. Drones sound cool, don't they? We'll upgrade our gun. That's all we can do. Right, that's okay then. That's okay. We can keep going. Profile. Wow, 6% completed. Okay, that's a... If that's the same music the whole way through, wow, that's a commitment, huh? Right, let's see. We've got a little drone now then, have we? Oh, so we have. Isn't that cute? Let's see how powerful we can get ourselves. I'm gonna admit I was wrong about that. I thought I would be, because it didn't make much sense to not have any upgrades of any kind. But that's kind of cool. So let's see how we can upgrade ourselves, shall we? We'll go for the coins this time. We'll actually go for them. We'll see how many we can get to upgrade. I feel like it would have been nice to have that upgrade screen in between levels though, maybe. Just as like something someone can do, just so they know it exists. I mean, it was at the stage there where I didn't think there was much else to this, and then I backed out and saw it. So, you know, it'd be nice to know that screen was there, maybe upgrade it as you play and actively see those changes. But, whoa, okay, now the power-ups are better, aren't they? This is more like it. This is what we like to see. Look at that, absolute maximum power. Right, let's keep collecting our coins. It's, yeah, there's a lot of explosions going on, isn't there? Oh, it's this guy again. The bosses feel very recycled, though. I think they literally are. Which is a shame, because you've got a lot of freedom with this kind of game to really go to town on this. But instead, they're very similar looking bosses. Which is, yeah, it's a shame about that, I think. Because you can really make some amazingly weird flying stuff. That was significantly easier. Let's go back to the menu, upgrade ourselves. Do we want another drone? No, we want more guns. We'll save up for better guns. We want better guns. We want to see how powerful we can make this thing. But no, you want to see different bosses really, don't you? I mean, we've only gone through 8 levels and they're very short, and already we've seen the boss design starting to repeat, which is a shame. And like with the enemies now, I've seen 3 types of enemies so far. Maybe we're going to see more. We'll go to level 10. Let's go to level 10, because that would be a waypoint, wouldn't it? That would be when I would put in a big boss, is level 10. You know, you'd think, okay, they got to level 10. Let's stop them from getting any further. So we'll give it a go. We'll see how it works. But at the moment, I'm not seeing any new enemies or anything. You know, they're all kind of the same. I know we've had like the big blob enemies that shoot the blue lasers and stuff, but you know, and it doesn't seem like they're employing any new tactics to try and get me to fight in any specific way, or, you know, block me off or anything. They just seem to kind of float forwards and then we go from there. It would be better if we had sort of spirally enemies, or enemies that went round, shot sort of bolts that shot round in circles and then flew round, or maybe enemies that targeted you and flew at you. That'd be kind of cool, but again, you know, maybe that's something we're going to see. We'll get as far as level 10 at very least, and we'll see how we get on after that. Let's keep going. I mean, even with this, it's not... Oh, it's literally the same boss we just fought. Good. Okay then. Let's see if we can take him down just as quickly, because it doesn't look like they've got any additional health to the first time you fight them, which is a bit of a problem when you think that the player is going to get stronger. Yeah. You haven't thought this through. You need to make the enemies get stronger as well, because if they don't, then this gets significantly easier. You know, you want to feel like a powerhouse against strong enemies. Right, well, I'm on level 9. Right, we'll do this one, we'll do level 10, and then that's your lot. If nothing changes by level 11, that's like the switch over point. If nothing has changed when level 11 starts, then we're off. Because let's be honest, I'm the only one watching or playing this. So let's do this. Keep going. Look at all those coins. They're going to go into my gun. Because even when the world is at stake, and I'm apparently the only person to... I don't know what my motivation is, actually. I don't actually know what I'm doing. But even if the world is at stake, maybe I should play this a bit like Cowboy Bebop. Because then, oh, that'd be cool. I miss Cowboy Bebop. That was such a good show. I'm a big anime and manga fan. I really like that kind of stuff. And, wow, yeah. Cowboy Bebop was one of them, you know. The whole space cowboy kind of thing. I love it. Absolutely love it. I really like Firefly as well. Somehow I don't think this was much like Firefly or Cowboy Bebop, but, you know, maybe Zone of the Enders, if anyone remembers Zone of the Enders. That was a pretty cool game, pretty cool show as well, brief but good. Oh, it's this guy. Hi little fella, how are you? I'll tell you how you are. You are dead. Good. Mission 9. Right, we're going to do 10. See if anything changes by 11. New guns. Let's do this. Yeah, the music variation is something I would like to see. But let's go. Wow, that is a lot of lasers, huh? Oh, here we go. New little enemies. What are they doing other than dying? They look different, don't they? Look, see, it's starting to change. I knew it. I knew it. Stage 10. What did I say, everyone? I don't know what they do because they're dying too quick, but they could be doing something. They don't seem to be. Is that a screen white? What was that I just picked up? Didn't seem to do anything. Yeah, the enemies don't seem to be getting stronger, though. Even the purple ones don't seem to do anything. They just seem to... They're not going any faster or shooting lasers any earlier. Maybe if I let one shoot. Let's let one shoot. When I next see one, I won't shoot it. Which is very counterproductive because my immediate urge is to just push this nope laser at them. But still. Let's stay up here. When we see a purple, we won't kill it. So far, that big enemy has been the most complex. Oh. Sorry, mate. Right, there we go. Let's see what they do. Oh no, they're rubbish. They shoot backwards, apparently. That's a bit of a technical flaw, isn't it? Oh, it's this guy again. Oh, he's dead. Oh. No, there's no new music. Background looks a bit different. Got a trophy for being in the top 10 for killing the boss within 2 seconds of him appearing, I assume. Do you think there's 100 levels of this? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I've got that kind of stamina. I mean, it's quite relaxing, but I think it's meant to be like a bullet hell kind of game rather than sort of a chill out game. And yeah, it's working as a chill out game, I suppose. You should see my face at the moment. I pull a face when I'm a bit confused and conflicted. And I'm very much wearing that face. It's, yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, now I literally can just do that, and nothing even gets on the screen now, so we don't even need to worry about things shooting me anymore. And that's cool, you know, I've made myself strong on purpose, you know, but at the same time I'd like to see the enemies maybe push back a little bit. Maybe even just the occasional one. I mean, even just the boss would have been good, but... Oh, here we go. So these guys are definitely not... No, they're not getting any stronger at all, are they? No, they're not. No. Okay. Yeah. So... That was... 11%. It's literally got 100 levels. Wow. I'm not going to do that for 100 levels, to be honest. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. And hopefully I'll catch you again very soon.